Howdy y'all, welcome to Adventures of Kendall. Today's episode is going to be a fun dive into the history of the California waterworks. It'll be a fun, fascinating look to see how water from Northern California heads down to Los Angeles. So let's get going. When I'm on my travels heading to Southern California, I noticed these large pipes along the I-5 just south of Bakersfield and wondered what the heck they are. And I'm willing to bet you do too. Has anyone noticed these big pipes behind me and wonder what they are? Well, that's a fascinating story that we'll tell right now. The California Aqueduct is a part of the California State Water Project. The California State Water Project is one of the largest water storage and conveyance systems in the world. It delivers water to 29 contracted water suppliers who serve 2/3 of California's population, both urban and agricultural customers. The California State Water Project is more commonly known as SWP. The SWP is one of the largest public water and power utilities in the world. It provides drinking water for 23 million people, 6,500 gigawatt hours of electricity annually, is one of the single largest consumers of power in the state, having a net usage of 5,100 gigawatt hours, and consists of 21 dams and over 700 miles of canals, pipelines, and tunnels. The history of the SWP is quite a long one, so let's get going. Investigations into water source in California began in 1873 under President Ulysses S. Grant. The concept of a statewide water development project began in 1919 with Lieutenant Robert G. Marshall of the U.S. Geological Survey. The SW project was designed to provide water to Southern California, which is much drier than Northern California. It is rooted from two proposals to move water from north to south. One of them was the Feather River Project. This was the project that moved forward. Feasibility studies of moving water to Southern California began in 1951. The project was intended for the control, protection, conservation, distribution, and utilization of the waters of California to meet present and future needs for all beneficial uses and purposes for all areas of the state. California Governor Pat Brown would later say it was to correct an accident of people and geography. Ground was broken for the Oroville Dam in 1961. Work began on the California Aqueduct and the San Luis Dam in 1963. Water deliveries were made to the Bay Area in 1962, with water reaching the Central Valley by 1968. Water deliveries to Southern California began in 1973. The SWP system splits into two branches. An eastern that delivers to the north of San Gabriel and San Bernardino Mountains to Silverwood Lake. It then distributes water to the eastern part of Southern California. The end of this branch is Lake Paris. A western branch carries water over the Tehachapi Mountains to Quail Lake. From there, it flows to Pyramid Lake, then to Lake Castaic into Los Angeles and Ventura counties. The coastal branch delivers water to the Central Coast. This part was completed in 1992. It delivers water to San Luis Obispo and Santa Barbara counties. It delivers over the coastal mountain range with its water going to Lake Cachuma. For those who want to learn more about the SWP, there are 3 visitor centers. Let's check out 2 of them. One of them, the Romero Overlook Visitor Center, is located at the San Luis Reservoir west of Los Banos. There are interpretive displays that explains about the SWP. Among the exhibits are these 2 shovels. One of the shovels was originally used for the groundbreaking ceremony of the California Aqueduct at Castine on February 9, 1963. Outside, there is a great panoramic view of the San Luis Reservoir. Now that we've seen what's inside the Romero Overlook Visitor Center, let's check out our next location. I'm here at the Vista del Lago to learn the story of California's water. Let's go check it out. The Vista del Lago Visitor Center is located on the I-5 on the Ridge Route. Like the Romero Visitor Center, the Vista del Lago has great exhibits explaining the SWP. This includes a section of water tunnel and this large model of the SWP to showcase how the water is moved from Lake Oroville down to Southern California. There are also exhibits depicting the ecosystems that use water within California and a great timeline on the history of water usage within the state of California. Just like the Romero Visitor Center, there's a great view of the lake. Here it is Pyramid Lake within Tejon Pass. Boy, I had a fun time explaining the California water system. It was a fun and informative journey of the SWP. But get ready for our next adventure as we head to San Francisco to check out their famous cable car system. But until then, let's wrap up at the studio. If you have a location for us to go on, comment or email down below. We would love to see your suggestions. And also subscribe and follow us on Facebook and Instagram. We would love to see your faces. Now that's all the time we have here on Adventures with Kendall. See you later, folks, and may your gifts bless the world.